Hi, I'm Mark, and welcome to the current Outside Views report on Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine. Denmark and the Netherlands are delivering US F-16 fighter jets to Ukraine, as you already know. Support from the Swedish Gripen is also up for debate. But what can the jet do? Gripen is Griffin in Swedish, by the way. President Zelensky's European tour has paid off for the Ukrainian Air Force. The Netherlands and Denmark want to deliver 61 F-16 fighter jets to the attacked country. Kiev can also hope for its own Swedish production of the Gripen type. Ukrainian pilots are already training on the jet, said Zelensky last Saturday on his first visit to Stockholm since the Russian attack. In the defensive fight against Putin's troops, the Griffin from Sweden's largest armaments company Saab could prove to be extremely useful. The Griffin is completely designed to be able to fly as many missions as possible in the event of war. The aircraft does not need complex logistics for this. For example, 800 meters of straight road is enough for the Gripen to be able to take off and land. While other fighter jets have to return to the airbase after a combat mission, a mobile team can service the Gripen, refuel, arm it, and send it back into action within minutes. At less than 10,000 euros per flight hour, the Gripen is also extremely cheap to maintain. And there are videos by the Swedish Army that are intended to show how the Gripen can also be serviced on the move in the event of war. Because of its simple design, the Gripen should also be significantly cheaper to buy than other Western fighter jets, especially if Ukraine can produce the jet in its own aircraft factories, as Brazil does, for example. Sweden has already sold the Griffin to South Africa, Hungary, the Czech Republic, and Thailand. Other countries, such as Switzerland or Finland, have opted for the latest US F-35 jet in recent years to modernize their fleet. The Gripen is also interesting for the Ukraine because even older models can be equipped with practically all weapons used by the NATO armies or air forces. In addition to its 27mm cannon, the Gripen can also use radar-guided short and medium-range missiles to attack enemy aircraft. With a software update, the Gripen could also fire the German Taurus cruise missile against ground targets. Kiev has been asking the German government for the Taurus for a long time, as you know. Overall, Ukraine wants to replace its fleet of obsolete Soviet fighter jets with at least 100 Western-style aircraft. The 61 F-16s promised by Denmark and the Netherlands could therefore cover a large part of the demand, and Norway may also supply Ukraine with part of its F-16 fleet. The Australian government, that has been asked as well, has not yet decided whether to send its 41 decommissioned FA-18 Hornet jets to Ukraine. When and to what extent Sweden will deliver the Gripen was left open at the meeting of the heads of government last weekend. The modernization of its air force is a high priority for Ukraine. According to military experts, the lack of Western fighter jets is also slowing down the country's liberation. The Ukrainian ground forces have to fight their way through dense Russian minefields and defenses with virtually no air support. They're not only fired upon by Russian artillery, but also by combat helicopters and aircraft. Modern fighter jets would help Ukraine repel such attacks. So far, however, there are no plans to deliver the aircraft to Ukraine. We have to be honest here. Swedish Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson said on Monday that it was a balancing act between what his country could spare and what it needed itself, since Sweden is not yet a member of the NATO Defense Alliance, thanks to Turkey. And if you want to know more about the current developments, the next video is right here on the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.